Morning, what a week in Washington as the Senate's version of the health care bill came to a grinding halt. President Trump turned his attention to Twitter and his ongoing battle with the media, which begs the question, where does the president go from here on health care and some of the aspects of his presidency in general? So let's go ahead and bring on our political panel this Sunday morning. Shannon Love, a Democratic political activist. Thank you very much for being here. Jonathan Torres, a familiar face for the program as well, with the Hillsborough County Republicans. Guys, great to have you here this morning.
Thank you.
All right, let's start out with health care. One of the big things on the nation's mind this morning. Senate Republicans crafted their revised health care bill in secret. They tried to push it through on a vote. It all fell apart for now. We say for now. So the question is, you even saw some moderate Republicans frustrated. They refused to support the new bill, saying they need to work with the Democrats. This all begs the question, are they really at the end of the road with this whole plan? Where are we? Who wants to weigh in first?
Again, healthcare, as we all know, is incredibly complicated. And, certainly because we've been doing it the same way for so many years. And we knew, and by I mean the Republicans knew that if Obamacare was going to be enacted as it did, in the previous administration, it was going to be a lot harder to repeal it, which is where we are now. I think, this is something that we're still in year one with the Trump administration. And, there's some growing pains there, but I think eventually we'll find the path that's going to work for everybody.
How long is it going to take to grow? What do you think?
Oh, goodness. We've been having this conversation, this entire time. The Republicans have been saying, we need to repeal the Affordable Care Act. And now there's a question of, do we repeal and replace? Or, as President Trump is now saying, do we just repeal and just figure it out later? And I think that that's a really big question for us to have to figure out.
And how long is it going to take? I mean, this could affect, am I right when I say 24 million Americans, Jonathan?
Yeah, I think you'll definitely see us moving closer towards the solution here as the closer we get to these midterm elections, because they're going to want to show that they got something done on this front. And the truth of the matter is that right now this health care bill is also holding up the tax reform, which Paul Ryan has just about ready to go.
And Shannon, you brought this up before in the beginning. The president wanted to repeal Obamacare. Now he wants to repeal and delay replacing it. We heard Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell on Saturday saying that's not even an option. Does it appear to you as though the White House and Congress are even talking with each other at this point? Or how are they going to get something done here? Who are they talking? It's a big question.
I think the big question is President Trump talking to anyone? We look
he is on Twitter.
Well, that doesn't mean he's talking to someone. The majority of Americans aren't very happy with the fact that he's tweeting very often, and it's a distraction. But, if you look at it, this piece of legislation that he's got currently in place has been suggested, has been done behind closed doors with Republican senators, and there's not been a solid conversation. So are they talking? We're not sure, and I think that's a really big question that we're going to have to address.
Are they talking?
Well, like she said, I don't believe Trump is involved deeply in the process. It's just not his style. He's a CEO coming from the private sector. It's I think, in his nature for him to let them figure it out. And so it's up to Mitch McConnell and it's up to the House to, again, have those conversations that need to be had. And so the initiative's got to come on their part.
Let's talk about the other fireworks in Washington this weekend as well, coming from the president on Twitter in the last few days. Let's go ahead and pull up the tweets that ignited that firestorm on Thursday, aimed at the anchors on MSNBC's Morning Joe. The president tweeting, quote, "I heard poorly rated Morning Joe speaks badly of me. Then how come low IQ Crazy Mika along with Psycho Joe came to Mar-a-Lago 3 nights in a row around New Year's Eve and insisted on joining me? She was bleeding badly from a facelift. I said no." Then on Saturday, he goes after CNN and MSNBC. You can see some of those tweets on your screen right there. First tweeting, quote, "about Crazy Joe Scarborough and dumb as a rock Mika," those are his words, and tweeting, quote, "he was extremely pleased to see that CNN has finally been exposed as fake news. Finally, he took on Greta Van Susteren, who had only been with MSNBC for 6 months." So we take all that there. Is he the president or is he just the media critic here? What's your take here?
Well, again, we've never seen anything like this before. And, it is unfortunate because I do think on both sides of the aisle, nobody's really thrilled about the fact that he likes to spend a lot of time on Twitter. But the truth of the matter is I think, again, it distracts the media from the real issues. And so while we should be focusing more on health care, we should be focusing more on immigration and tax reform, the media gets distracted by these shiny objects, as I like to call them. And that's unfortunate because I think this segment will probably have more substance than probably the next hour on one of the major news networks.
So are the people, though, Shannon, do you believe, are they distracted by the shiny objects, too? Or is it just the media, do you believe, that's actually highlighting these shiny objects, as Jonathan was saying?
You know, judging by my Facebook feeds every morning, I would say that I would love to imagine that as Americans we're focused on the issues like healthcare, but yeah, they are absolutely distracted. And it's taking away, it's distasteful, and it's distasteful to the millions of Americans who are being led by a president who basically goes on antics.
All right. Jonathan Torres, Shannon Love, stand by. All right. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more from our political panel on the president's travel ban. Got a lot to talk about here, you guys. And a busy week at the Supreme Court. Stay with us. We're back after the break.